So bacteria is different than a virus. So in today's world, what do they use to help get rid of bacteria? Antibiotics. That's right. Antibacterial antibiotics, right? And that's what, these creams, microbial creams that they're using, full of alcohol, and it's really actually dangerous stuff. It's toxic chemicals, that people put on their hands to protect themselves from the bugs, and then you've got another way to open up.
Like they have in hospitals?
Yep.
Outside every room?
Toxic stuff, just toxic.
Gee, I use it every time.
Terrible. Yeah. It's terrible stuff, So there's better ways. Essential oils are more effective.
I call, because I go every week and call on people.
Yep.
And I went into one room and the nurse came over and pulled me out of the room and said, you understand now, this cleaner on the wall will not work. When you leave this room, you've got to go wash your hands with soap.
It's a good point. Yeah, to be honest, soap and water are more effective than that. Yes. It's absolutely, they've done studies on this recently. They've proven it, that it's just not that effective. But see, there's such a business behind all of this. And I just take you back to the, times when doctors, once again, autopsies and delivered babies, It's like, do we know it all? No, actually, we think we know. We don't know what we don't know. And that's why we're talking, because it's really basic things of still washing your hands is more effective, and essential oils are going to be more effective in killing. Because those oils are, as an example, have the effect of getting rid of viruses and bacteria and parasites. They're all antimicrobial, which means that the whole spectrum, right? But unfortunately, some of these other types of gels and whatnot for your hands, antibiotics, really, they're so specific and so limited that they can't. There's not an antibiotic. So you can get a full spectrum antibiotic that you think will get rid of most all the bacteria in your body, but actually you need bacteria. Believe it or not, there's good bacteria in your skin. If you have more microbials living in your body and your skin than you do your own cells. That's a true statement. Okay, so you have to keep the balance. It's when things get out of balance, when you have the wrong, but it's viruses are a little different. Okay, so these are a living organism that thrive in the right environment. So it's like soil in it, And so if you provide the right environment with sugar and dairy and flour and these things that are acidic, then bacteria will thrive. That's how, and that's why when you eat sugar, you literally are susceptible to Bob's cough, because all of a sudden the bacteria say, hey, the door's open. We got a place to live. Let's go, or virus in this case, virus. Okay? But bacteria can, be in your teeth, like from not brushing your teeth with the right toothbrush and/or the right toothpaste, because a lot of bacteria live in the mouth, and sinuses. And we think that bacteria is kind of gone because, antibiotics came in and, it was like a John Wayne episode, it's just, kind of that mentally, right? Doesn't it seem that way? Like John Wayne came through town and all the bacteria is gone, and it's over, right? but it's not really true. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you like that. Okay. So, but there's these superbugs now that are stronger than ever. So these bugs are like, they have their intelligence. They're like unbelievably, they have their own intelligence. They're actually, those guys didn't survive the one generation, and so there's another generation that did. And so, when antibiotics came out for the first time, I still can't, I have to find this quote. Maybe Avery can find it for me. But there's a man that quoted, he wasn't a president, but he was an authority in the United States, and he said, maybe it was Eisenhower, but basically he said, so don't quote me on the person, but he basically warned us in our society. He said, if you continue, if you use this, misuse antibiotics, that the day would come when they wouldn't work, and that we would be in a bigger trouble, greater trouble than we are now. And this is a big part of it. This is a big part of the coronavirus, because the more antibiotics, think for a minute. When's the last time you took antibiotics?
The last time?
Yeah.
Not that long ago.
Not that long ago, okay. 30 years, you know? But I'm going to tell you something. If you've eaten chicken in the last year that wasn't organic, and even if it was organic or other meats, you've taken antibiotics. And why do I say it? Because most of the antibiotics today that are produced by the pharmaceutical industry, more antibiotics are used on animals than humans. So if you're eating a lot of dairy and meat, that's another way that you leave your door open. So that's why a plant-based diet is much safer as far as protecting your immune system, because you get so many other things in the meat than we've ever gotten before, from antibiotics to steroids to hormones. So these superbugs are really serious. MRSA. So Jack LaLanne, as an example, you know, my hero. I love that guy, you know. I have his books, you know, his wife is amazing. And so, I mean, he was thriving, you know, he's in his 90s, he's still pulling boats and swimming across the channel in San Francisco and all this. And he went in for a heart surgery because he had a bad valve. You know, that can happen, wear a body out. And then, but he died in the hospital from an infection from a superbug, is my understanding. And so it sort of killed him. The hospital more or less killed him, you know. So, I mean, the thing is that you just have no idea what's in a hospital. So what's the best policy is to stay out of a hospital. Right. Because, you know, what's in a hospital? That's why we got to keep going, keep you on your program. That's why I'm very faithful. Yeah, keep reminding me, and we'll keep working on, you know, keep helping you. So it's not hopeless, but.
To avoid all this stuff. I mean, this stuff's in our water.
Well, it is, but we have solutions. I really feel like we have ways to improve. It's all about improving your environment and improving your situation. That's all. It's just like, you know, because you increase your chances of not getting sick and protecting yourself, you know, instead of getting overwhelmed. Just improving. You're going to improve things. That's all. Right? And so now viruses are different because they basically, they can survive for centuries. They can be frozen in ice. I mean, they found that the viruses are more rampant. They're small. They need a micro, you know, you can't see them under a microscope. You need an electron microscope to be able to see because they're so small. So it wasn't until technology discovered that there's not only bacteria, but now there's these little organisms that need a host. So basically they pierce or perforate the host, your cells, and then they hijack it like hijacking a plane. So these guys are terrorists to the body. That's what they are. They're terrorists. So if you don't lock your door, don't put on the alarm when you go to bed, the terrorists come in and they take over your house. And you wake up in the morning and somebody's eating your food, leaving a mess, and, you know, burning the house down. The guy's starting a fire in the corner, you know? I mean, this is an example, right? But that's what's happening. It's hijacked. Yes?
So I have a question. The difference between bacteria and virus is that bacteria has its own cell and virus has to use your cell.
Yes, that's right. That's the simple way. Yeah, that's the simplest way. And they have to perforate. What's that?
Is another level of it.
What is it? Fungus? Yeah, that's true. A fungus is still like bacteria, though. It's like, you know, a living organism.
Yeah.
A virus is sort of like it can stay, right, like, you know, hepatitis C, a virus, can, I mean, it's still dangerous. Like it can stay on a table and then you could get infected, you know, by a bad needle or whatever. And that's how, you know, that's how it works. Unlike bacteria would die or, you know, be, you know, through disinfecting or, you know, it's a living organism. So that's why this is so dangerous. But the thing is that if you have healthy cells, if you break it down to, if you don't let the viruses in, and you protect your cell wall, cell membrane, is what we call it, not the cell wall, cell membrane, unlike plants are different, you know. And then, so if you understand what that membrane is made out of, then you can protect your cells. If your cells are strong, the hijacking has no chance. And then your immune system comes in like it should because you've exercised every morning, you drink your lemon water, and you get enough sleep, you get your acupuncture, right? You take your herbs, you rub in your essential oils when you go to the hospital instead of the creams.